fingers wrapped up in rye. The copper glowed like lightning. The barrels breathed in the dark, and every drop that hit the bottle carried a piece of somebody's heart. The law came looking plenty, but they never found the place, 'cause the swamp kept all its secrets hidden beneath the Spanish moss and haze. The fire was burning, the moon hung low, the whiskey was flowing, and the night stole the show. Tennessee firewater, burning all the way down. Tennessee firewater, the hottest thing in town. One sip of that black label, and you'll hear the devil say, Tennessee firewater makes a king feel like a king. Friday night the trucks came rolling from every back road around. Boots hit dirt, chains kept rattling as the sun dropped behind the ground. The preacher's son bought a bottle, the sheriff bought two that night. Everybody had a reason to chase a little firelight. A widow drank to old memories, a farmer drank to survive, a drifter drank to forget that he was barely alive. But that Tennessee firewater did more than numb the pain. It made broken hearts feel fearless for a few hours again. The drums kept pounding, the bass hit hard, the swamp was shaking beneath the stars. Tennessee firewater, burning all the way down, yeah. Tennessee firewater, the hottest thing in town. One sip of that black label, and you'll hear the devil say, Tennessee firewater makes a king feel like a king. Boots stomping, chains swinging, banjo screaming, people singing, fire rising, moonlight glow. One more bottle before we go. Tennessee firewater, still burning through my veins. Tennessee firewater, like thunder before the rain. The barrels keep on aging, the legend keeps growing higher. Tennessee firewater, still setting souls on fire. The river rolled on slowly, the stillhouse lights burn bright. And Tennessee firewater on the night. Stepped into Crow Creek one July with a black magnolia in her hair. The whole town stopped talking like they felt something in the air. She rented the house by the river, the one nobody wanted to buy. The porch sag low secrets, and the windows watched the sky. Nobody knew where she came from, nobody knew her name before, but every man in the county found a reason to pass the door. The preacher warned about temptation, the sheriff said stay away. But warnings don't mean much when a storm's already on its way. The wind picked up, the screen door slammed, and every heart in town forgot where it should stand. Magnolia Black, like a fire in the rain. Magnolia Black, running wild through every vein. She walked in like thunder and left a hurricane. Magnolia Black, nobody was the same. She danced alone at the roadhouse while the jukebox played too loud. Never smiled for attention, never needed a crowd, and no guitar player swore he heard her singing by the creek, a melody so haunting it kept him up for weeks. Some called her a widow, some called her a runaway bride, some said she'd buried a man, some said all three had died. But every rumor grew bigger with every passing night, 'cause mystery burns brighter than any neon light. The river rolled, the moon hung low, and nobody knew what she really knows. Magnolia Black, like a fire in the rain. Magnolia Black, running wild through every vein. She walked in like thunder and left a hurricane. Magnolia Black, nobody was the same. Boots stomping, chain swinging, jukebox screaming, night singing. A black magnolia on the floorboards lay, and by the next sunrise she'd slipped away. Magnolia Black, gone without a trace. Magnolia Black, still haunting this place. The river keeps flowing, but the legend remains. Magnolia Black, still running through our veins. The porch still faces the river, the magnolia tree still grows, and every summer somebody asks where Magnolia Black goes. The storm hit Crow Creek harder than anybody had seen. Tore the roofs from old barns and split the fields between. The river climbed the shoreline, the church bell lost its song, And folks said this little town wouldn't last much longer. Then morning broke through the wreckage like fire across the hills. And standing by the courthouse was the old black oak still, scarred by lightning and seasons, bent by every passing year, but somehow still standing like it had no use for fear. The wind can howl, the rain can fall, but roots run deep through it all. Black oak rising higher than the storm. Black oak rising, weathered but still strong. Every scar's a story, every branch a battle won. Black oak rising beneath the Tennessee sun. The people started gathering with hammers in their hands. Farmers, preachers, drifters, all making different plans. The widow brought fresh coffee, the sheriff hauled old beams, the preacher carried hope around like it was gasoline. Nobody talked about leaving, nobody talked defeat, 'cause the old black oak reminded them what it means to keep your feet. The same roots holding that tree ran beneath this town, and if it could survive the storm, we weren't backing down. The clouds rolled west, the sky turned gold, and every heart started to hold. Black oak rising higher than the storm. Black oak rising, weathered but still strong. Every scar's a story, every branch a battle won. Black oak rising beneath the Tennessee sun. Ringing, voices singing, the town stood up, the fear fell down, and the black oak watched without a sound. Black oak rising for every soul that stayed. Black oak rising for every debt repay. The river keeps moving, but the roots remain. Black oak rising again and again. The sunset lit the valley, the courthouse cast a shadow long, and the black oak stood there smiling like it knew we'd carry on. Black oak roots and river water running through our hands. We've buried fathers, raised up children, watched old roads disappear. Built new dreams from broken pieces and carried hope through fear. The church still stands above the valley. The bell still owns the night. The river still remembers names, but the town still holds the line. Every scar upon these buildings, every mark upon these souls, tells a story of survival more than anybody knows. The years roll on, the seasons change, but some things live beyond the name. What remains of us when the dust finally falls? What remains of us when the echo stops its call? It's the love we leave behind. It's the promises we trust when the world keeps moving on. It's what remains of us. The devil's cut still ages slowly in the barrels by the creek. Magnolia blooms every summer along the old dirt street. The land glows among the cypress. The widow walks the shore, and every legend that we've carried lives forevermore. The preacher's daughter is still running somewhere beneath the stars. The saint still walks the backwoods, healing invisible scars. And every story that came before us still echoes in the wind, not as chains to hold us down, but as places we have been. The moon shines bright, the black oak sways, and every memory lights the way. What remains of us when the dust finally falls? What remains of us when the echo stops its call? It's the love we leave behind. It's the promises we trust when the world keeps moving on. It's what remains of us. Boots stomping, chains breaking, church bells ringing, daylight waking, the river flowing, the town still standing, every chapter leading here. What remains of us ain't written on the stone. What remains of us lives in hearts alone. The storms may come tomorrow, but tonight is enough to raise a glass together to what remains of us. The sun sank beyond Crow Creek. The black oak touched the sky, and every road that brought us here finally made sense tonight. 7 generations carried it through floods, droughts, and wars,
passed from hand to withered hand, like the stories before. Every page smells like tobacco, dust and Tennessee rain.
Every name beside a day
Carry glory, loss, and pain.
Grandma said our blood runs stubborn, like the river after storms.
And every man in our family
Was born to weather more.
the roots go
Deeper than the eye can see,
and every shadow still follows me. 7 generations deep,
running through my soul,
7 generations deep,
like fire beneath the cold.
the past ain't gone,
It's living in my veins,
7 generations deep.
still calling out my name.
One fought in a foreign country, one built the church on the hill.
One spent half his life running,
From mistakes that haunt him still.
one made whiskey in the swamp, one preached every Sunday night,
One disappeared without a trace.
under pale moonlight.
Some were saints and some were sinners. Most were somewhere in between.
But everyone left something
For the next bloodline to keep.
and standing in their footsteps, I can finally understand
We're all just temporary keepers.
of a much older plan.
The black oak remembers, the river still knows, the truth survives long after we go. 7 generations deep,
Running through my soul,
7 generations deep,
like fire beneath the cold.
the past ain't gone,
It's living in my veins,
7 generations deep.
still calling out my name.
Boots stomping, church bells ringing,
Chains rattling, voices singing.
7 generations standing here tonight.
Every ghost behind me pushing me toward the light. 7 generations deep.
And the story isn't done
I'll leave my own chapter
for another father, son. 7 generations deep,
stronger than regret.
the bloodline keeps moving.
And it ain't finished yet.
The sun broke through the valley,
The church bell rang again,
and I felt 7 generations
walking in the wind.
Nobody rang that church bell, not since the winter of '79, when the old preacher passed away and left the steeple behind. The robes were cut and withered, the tower locked for years, yet every now and then at midnight the bell still reached our ears. Some blame the wind from the river, some blame the ghost of the town. Some said the Lord was calling when darkness settled down. I never paid attention till the night it called my name, and nothing in Crow Creek would ever feel the same. The moon hung low, the cold wind blew, and that lonely bell cut right through. Church bell at midnight, ringing through the dark. Church bell at midnight, like a fire in my heart. Every note a warning, every echo a sign. Church bell at midnight, calling me tonight. I followed that sound through the back roads, past the black oak by the creek, past the old graveyard gates and the hill where shadows sleep. The tower stood abandoned, wrapped in ivy and time, but the bell kept ringing louder with every step of mine. Inside I found a journal hidden beneath the stairs, filled with prayers and confessions and the burdens people bear. The final page was written the night the preacher died. It said, when hope feels lost, let this bell be your guide. The pages turned, the candle burned, and every lesson finally returned. Church bell at midnight, ringing through the dark. Church bell at midnight, like a fire in my heart. Every note a warning, every echo a sign. Church bell at midnight, calling me tonight. Boots stomping, chains rattling, bell ringing, night unraveling. The tower shook, the thunder rolled, but the truth inside was worth more than gold. Church bell at midnight, still echoing today. Church bell at midnight, showing me the way. The road gets lonely, but I don't walk blind. Since that church bell at midnight changed my life. Changed my life. The dawn touched the steeple, the river drifted by, and the bell fell silent beneath the Tennessee sky. There's a stretch of road past Miller Creek, where the blacktop starts to crack. Old folks say don't drive it alone, 'cause some never made it back.
Where the sign leans sideways, half buried in the clay, marking where the county line cuts through the pines that sway.
My granddad crossed it in '58, chasing money down south. Came back 6 months later with fear he wouldn't talk about.
Every generation since then has felt that pull at night,
like something waiting in the darkness just
beyond the headlights.
The engine roars,
The shadows crawl,
you hear your name,
but nobody calls.
Curse of the county line, running through the dark. Curse of the county line,
Burning like a spark.
every mile gets colder, every prayer feels late. Curse of the county line.
Still waiting at the gate.
My father tried to outrun it in a Chevrolet '69. Thought distance could erase what lived beyond that sign.
But the dreams kept getting louder. Every autumn when leaves would fall,
A voice from the pines kept whispering,
you can't outrun this at all.
last summer I crossed over with a bottle and a flashlight,
The moon was hanging blood red,
and the swamp was still as night.
then I found an old stone marker hidden underneath the vines.
Carved the names I recognized
From my own bloodline,
The wind stood still,
the trees bent low,
and every secret.
started to show.
Curse of the county line, running through the dark. Curse of the county line,
Burning like a spark.
every mile gets colder, every prayer feels late. Curse of the county line.
Still waiting at the gate.
Chains rattling, tires screaming,
Church bells ringing,
demons breathing,
the county line.
blood red sky.
Some curses live until someone asks why.
Curse of the county line ends with me tonight.
I'm breaking every shadow, hiding from the light.
Names won't own me, the fear won't survive. Curse of the county line.
Lives here tonight.
The sign still stands crooked,
The pines still know the tale,
but the curse lost its power when I followed the trail. Mama carved a name in a black oak barrel, back when the river still ran wild. Said, boy, this wood remembers everything, even the tears I never cried. Down in the smoke of the copper still, where the angels took their share, there was always something left behind, floating heavy in the air. Grandpa called
timber, the things a man can't own. Every generation leaves a mark. Every generation pays a cost. Some inherit land and fortune, some inherit what got lost. I'm drinking from the devil's cut. A little blood, a little rust, a little pain passed down to me, mixed into this Tennessee dust. The black oak cracked like thunder when I finally spoke my name. I'm drinking from the devil's cup, but I won't leave here the same. Sat there through the winters, holding secrets in the grain. Every scar along its surface looked a lot like family pain. Mama said, don't fear your shadows, just don't let them lead the way. 'Cause every curse can lose its power when somebody chooses to stay. The river kept on rolling south, the years kept rolling too. But the stories trapped inside that wood were finally breaking through. I hear the ghosts inside the silence, but they don't own me anymore. The inheritance I carried ain't the inheritance I leave for sure. I'm drinking from the devil's cup. A little blood, a little rust, a little pain passed down to me, mixed into this Tennessee dust. The black oak cracked like thunder when I finally spoke my name. I'm drinking from the devil's cup, but I won't leave here the same. Every family has a barrel, every family has a flame. Something hidden in the darkness, something nobody wants to name. But I came here for redemption, not another chain to drag. The devil took his portion, now I'm taking mine back. I'm drinking from the devil's cup, but it ain't drinking me tonight. The black oak gave me answers, oh, the whiskey gave me sight. The barrel holds the old story, but I get to choose the end. I'm drinking from the devil's cup and breaking the curse again. Mama's mark is still there, deep inside the oak. And the last thing the barrel taught me was how to let go, 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 go. trees stand tall. There's a lantern burning every night, though nobody lives there at all. drifters call it a lie, but every man who's chased that light comes back with a different eye.
My grandfather saw it once on a foggy summer night. Said it floated through the swamp like a ghost without a fight.
He swore he heard a woman singing somewhere beyond the reeds, a voice as soft as river mist
calling through the trees. The fog rolls in, the shadows creep, and the lantern wakes when the swamp don't sleep. Lantern in the cypress,
burning through the haze.
Lantern in the cypress,
a fire that never fades,
shining on the black water,
calling through the night.
Lantern in the cypress, leading lost souls by its light. A chain and a bottle of rye, determined I would find the truth behind that wandering light.
The river stayed completely silent, the moon disappeared from sight. Then through the cypress branches I saw that glow ignite.
Not a flame and not a lantern,
not anything I knew,
just a pale gold light moving
like it had something to prove.
It drifted toward the deep swamp
and vanished without a sound,
leaving only ripples dancing
across the haunted ground.
The reeds bend low, the waters sigh, some mysteries refuse to die. Lantern in the cypress,
burning through the haze.
Lantern in the cypress,
the fire that never fades,
shining on the black water,
calling through the night.
Lantern in the cypress, leading lost souls by its light. Boots stomping, chains swinging, fog rising, night singing.
The lantern flickers,
then disappears,
leaving behind
100 years. Lantern in the cypress,
still burning in my mind.
Lantern in the cypress,
a truth I'll never find.
Some roads need answers,
some don't need a thing.
Lantern in the cypress,
still shining through the reeds.
The dawn rolled over the swamp, the mist began to clear, but somewhere in the cypress trees that lantern still appears. My grandfather left me a name carved deep in weathered stone, a name that opened old doors but never felt like my own.
Folks around Crow Creek knew it long before they knew my face. Whispered it across the diner like it carried a different weight.
The preacher spoke it carefully, the sheriff watched his tone. Everywhere that name would travel, the rumors weren't far behind.
Some said it built this valley, some said it burned it down, some called it a blessing all did curse the ground. The louder they spoke it, the less it felt the same. Like an empty church on Sunday, echoing a hollow name. The hollow name, still hanging over me. The hollow name, like a ghost I couldn't see. Every road I travel, every mile I claim, I'm trying to become more than a hollow name. I found an old black ledger hidden underneath the stairs, filled with debts and promises and truths nobody shared. The man before me chased power, the man before me chased gold. But somewhere in the process, their stories all grew cold. 'Cause a name without honor ain't worth the ink it's written in, and a legacy built on fear eventually caves in. That's when I stopped running from the shadow I've been given and started building something that was actually worth living. The river keeps moving, the black oak still stands, but a name means nothing without the man. The hollow name, still hanging over me. The hollow name, like a ghost I couldn't see. Every road I travel, every mile I claim, I'm trying to become more than a hollow name. Church bells calling, old walls shaking, legends falling. A bloodline ain't a destiny, and a story can be changed. The past may write the first chapter, but it don't own every page. The hollow name ain't holding me tonight. The hollow name lost its grip in the light. I'll leave behind a legacy that nobody can shame. And maybe someday this won't be a hollow name. The church bell rang at sunrise, the river whispered low, and the weight I'd carried for years finally let me go. My grandfather wore it proudly, like a badge forged out of steel. My father carried it quietly, like a wound that wouldn't heal. That name hangs over Crow Creek, painted on an old store sign, faded by the years and weather, but still refusing to die. Every town has a story, every family has a past. Some spend their whole lives running from shadows built to last. I spent years on the highway trying to leave it all behind, but every road kept turning back toward that county line. The miles rolled by, the engines roared, but some things wait at your front door. The name they left me ain't just letters on a page. today. I found a box inside the attic, covered in Tennessee dust, filled with photographs and stories of people I should trust. There were heroes and there were sinners, dreamers and broken men. Some built barns and churches, some never made amends. And looking through those memories, I finally understood. A name ain't what defines you, it's what you choose to do with it. The past can hand you a burden or a reason to stand tall. The difference comes down to whether you answer the call. The river flows, the black oak stands, and every future starts in your hands. The name they left me ain't just letters on a page. The name they left me carries every scar and age. I can curse it, I can fight it, I can try to walk away, but the name they left me still lives in me today. Stomping, chains breaking, old walls fall in daylight, waking, the sign still hangs, but now I see the name dawn on me. It walks with me. The name they left me now feels a little less heavy. The name they left me built from blood and memory. I'll carry it forward, but I'll write my own story. The name they left me won't be the end of me. The sun set over Crow Creek, the store sign caught the flame, and for the first time in my life, I was proud to say my name. Windows broken by the years, a place where old revival songs had disappeared into the air. But down beyond the graveyard where the black river bends, folks still gathered after dark when they needed to begin again.
No preacher in a white collar, no choir dressed in black, just moonlight on the water and sinners who came back.
Some carried whiskey on their breath,
some carried blood on their head,
some carried things too heavy
for anyone to understand.
The river wave, cold and deep, like it knew the secrets we keep. Midnight baptism
under
stepped into the current first. Said he'd spent 10 years running from a family curse.
The widow from Crow Creek Hollow held her lantern to her chest, praying all the ghosts she'd carried would finally let her rest.
One by one they entered
the river dark as coal,
not looking for perfection,
just trying to save a soul.
the water wasn't magic,
And the scars didn't disappear,
but somehow when they came back out,
the burden felt less severe.
the moon burned silver,
The reed swayed slow,
and every heart
there started to let go.
midnight baptism,
Under a haunted sky,
midnight baptism,
where the broken come alive.
wash away the shadows,
Let the black water decide.
midnight baptism, on the riverside. Boots stomping,
Chains rattling,
river rising,
voices traveling,
the church bell silent,
the river sang.
and every lost soul called out a name. Midnight baptism,
The river knows the truth,
midnight baptism.
for the old and for the youth.
You can't erase the past,
But you can't stop the fight.
midnight baptism. Changed me that night. Hey. The dawn touched the water,
The fog drifted away,
and the river kept flowing.
like it always would.
Hey. The church was falling apart, boards hanging loose in the rain. But every Sunday morning, somebody still called his name. The stained glass lost its colors, the bell barely made a sound. Yet people kept on gathering from every mile around. I pulled in just before sunset, with dust all over my boots. 1,000 miles of bad decisions, and nowhere left to lose. The preacher looked right through me, like he knew where I'd been, and the weight I'd carried all those years started settling in. The sky turned gold, the shadows stretched, and every regret hit me in the chest. Last prayer in Tennessee, falling from my lips tonight. The last prayer in Tennessee, beneath the fading light. If mercy still waited, then let it find me here. Last prayer in Tennessee, before I disappear. I knelt beside a weathered pew, carved with names long gone. People who had fought their battles and somehow carried on. The storm outside kept raging, thunder shaking every pane. But for the first Something in that silence felt a whole lot like hope. The rain came down, the candles burned, and every lesson finally returned. Last prayer in Tennessee, falling from my lips tonight. Last prayer in Tennessee, beneath the fading light. If mercy still waited, then let it find me here. Last prayer in Tennessee, before I disappear. Boots stomping, chains rattling, church bell calling, night unraveling. The thunder faded, the darkness broke, and the words I'd buried finally got spoke. Last prayer in Tennessee wasn't really my last. It was the first step forward after running from the past. The road still waits tomorrow, but tonight I found peace in that last prayer in Tennessee. The sunrise touched the steeple, the storm had moved away, and somewhere deep inside me, something finally changed. At the edge of Crow Creek Hollow stands a house the years forgot, where a widow kept a whiskey barrel hidden in a rotten shed out back. Folks said her husband disappeared one stormy night in early spring. Some blamed the river, some blamed fate, some blamed darker things.
She never left that old homestead, never wore another ring, just sat beneath the porch light glow, listening to the whippoorwills sing.
And every autumn she would open that weathered barrel stained with black, pour a single glass into the dirt, like she was calling someone back.
The wind moved slow, the moon hung low, and the barrel held what nobody knows.
The widow's barrel
Still keeps its secret safe, holding all the things she lost and all she couldn't say.
The widow's barrel
Beneath the pale moonlight, aging like an old regret through every lonely night.
I found that barrel years later, after the widow passed away. Her initials carved beside a date, half worn by the rain.
Inside was whiskey dark as midnight,
said don't drink it, leave the dead alone. But curiosity has always been a curse I've known. So I raised that glass at sunset and let the silence speak. The answer wasn't in the whiskey, it was in the peace she kept.
The river flowed, the years rolled by. Some questions live, some answers die.
The widow's barrel
still keeps its secret safe, holding all the things she lost and all she couldn't say.
The widow's barrel
Beneath the pale moonlight, aging like an old regret through every lonely night.
Maybe love ain't measured by how long someone stays.
Maybe it's the promises
that survive the passing days.
the widow knew that lesson long before I came around.
Some stories don't need endings
To echo through a town.
The widow's barrel
Still resting by the creek,
garden of memories.
that time could never keep.
The widow's barrel,
And now I understand.
some hearts keep loving forever even after letting go. The porch light finally faded, the creek kept rolling on.
And the widow's barrel stayed behind.
Like an old unfinished song.